Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Claudia. If you are new here, welcome and don't forget to subscribe. And in today's video, we are going to explore what life is really like for Jamaicans in New York. The side of the story no one tells you, the sacrifices, the struggles, and the toll it takes on families and individuals. Let's dig deep in the hidden cost of living in the city that never sleeps. So, as you all know that New York, the city is a city of dreams, the place where many Jamaicans have come in search of better life, better opportunities, and the chance to build something bigger. But behind the glamoring skyscrapers and bustling streets lies a harsh reality. Is New York killing Jamaicans? Many people don't talk about the part of New York that are not glamorous, the endless greed, the pressure to make the ends meet, and the reality of living pay to paycheck. It's a life that comes with a price tag many Jamaicans and countless others are struggling to pay. So Jamaicans who move to New York often find themselves caught in a system where the cost of living keeps rising, but wages stays the same. Rent, food, healthcare, and transportation, all of it adds up quickly. And for many, that means working long hours, often like 2 or 3 jobs just to survive. So yesterday I was talking to one of Jamaican fan who is stay in New York, and he was like, he works 2 jobs, like 14 to 15 hours a day. And he leaves home when it's dark and returns home when it's dark, and he barely sees his kids. It's like he is just existing there and not living. So for many Jamaicans, this is their reality. Long, grueling hours that leave no time for family, no time for rest, and no time to even enjoy the life they came here to build. It's not just a job, it's a greed that wears people down, physically, mentally, and also emotionally. And living paycheck to paycheck is the harsh reality for so many in this city. The rent is due, the groceries are needed, and bills don't stop coming. Even with the 2 or 3 jobs, it's often not enough. Every month is a struggle. Rent is so high, and then you still have to find money for food, school for the kids, and sometimes even a metro card feel like a luxury. And this is a common story. Working hard but never getting ahead. The American dream feels more like a myth for many Jamaicans, where survival is the daily goal, not success. And the toll of this life is not just financial. It's emotional, it's mental, it's physical. People are worn out, burnt out, and yet they can't afford to slow down. Some people there feel like giving up. The stress is constant. You don't sleep properly because you are always thinking about how you're gonna pay the next bill. It's like the city is draining the life out of you. These stories are so real and they are so painful. Jamaicans, like so many other immigrants, are working themselves to the bone in a city that feels like it's swallowing them whole. So is New York killing Jamaicans? The city offers opportunity, yes, but it comes with a cost. For many, it's a life of hard work, long working hours, and little reward. But it's also a life that has no easy escape. And also the funny thing is that these stories are not just unique to Jamaicans. They are part of a much bigger narrative about the struggles of immigrants and working class people in cities like New York. We need to talk about it. We need to ask ourselves, is this the dream we came for? And for many Jamaicans, the dream that New York promises is turning into a nightmare. It's time to wake up and start talking about the real cost of living in the Big Apple. And if this resonates with you or someone you know, share your story in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about the hidden struggles of living in New York. When Jamaicans think about moving to the New York, they often picture the American dream and the idea that hard work will lead to a better life. But what happens when the dream becomes unreachable? For many, it's a broken promise. You come with hope, ready to hustle, but instead, you find yourself trapped into a cycle of low-paying jobs, high expenses, and a system that does not care about the people it's chewing up and spitting out. And also know that the stress of living in New York does not just affect individuals. It breaks families apart. Parents are constantly working, leaving little time to spend with their children. Relationships are strained as the pressure to survive overtakes everything else. The emotional toll is deep. Family bonds are stretched to their limits. And while many Jamaicans send money back home to support their loved ones, they are sacrificing their own lives and well-being in the process. But this is not the end of the story. Jamaicans, like so many other immigrant groups, are resilient. There are people fighting for change, demanding better wages, affordable housing, and fair treatment. The system may be tough, but communities are starting to speak. You can't keep quiet anymore. You need to push for better conditions because this city runs on the backs of immigrants. It's time you get the respect and the wages you deserve. There is a growing movement to challenge the system and make life more livable for the working class. But it's a long fight, and for many Jamaicans, time is running out. So, what's next for the Jamaicans in the New York? Do they keep pushing through the grid, hoping for a better tomorrow, or do they start to reconsider if the sacrifice is worth it? For some, going back to Jamaica is an option, but for others, they feel they have come too far to turn back. And this is a question that many Jamaicans are facing. New York may have opened its doors, but it has not made life easy. The city that never sleeps is grinding them down, one long shift at a time. And for decades now, New York has symbolized opportunity. But for many Jamaicans, it now feels more like a trap. Is it worth staying? Can the city that takes so much ever give back? Or is it time for Jamaicans to seek new dreams either in Jamaica or elsewhere? And at the end of the day, each person has to make that decision for themselves. But we need to talk about it. We need to have these hard conversations. New York may offer a lot, but for Jamaicans, the cost might just be too high. So, is New York killing Jamaicans? The evidence is all around us. For too many, the dream is turning into a nightmare. It's time to look at the cost of that dream and ask ourselves if it's really worth it. So what do you think? What do you think? Has New York become too much for Jamaicans? If you have lived this experience, share your story in the comments below. Let's open up with conversation, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this where we dive deep into the issues affecting Jamaicans and others around the world. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, the conversation does not stop here. Keep it going in the comments and let's make our voices heard. See you in the next video. Work good.